welcome back to another Sims 4 building challenge. Today I'm going to be doing the reverse of something that I would normally hate, which is a base game challenge. But today I'm going to be using everything but the base game, which in simple English, on paper, that seems like an okay challenge, but there are a lot of base game things that I use that I really fall back on and rely on. I also kind of thought it'd be funny if today, since we're building only with no base game, sorry, this challenge is not making any sense in my head. We're not building with base game, but I thought maybe let's build in a base game world. So just say like Willow Creek. I never built here. Like this is like, where am I? Who am I? Maybe I'll go build over here, right next to the pancakes. I'm sure they would really love that. So as I just poorly explained the rules of this challenge, I am not allowed to use any base game items. So just say if I wanted to use this fridge, can't do it. This stove, no thank you. Even when it comes to the windows, like these beautiful new happy birthday windows, not allowed. I can only use pack related items, which I mean, again, it can't be that hard, surely. Obviously, the only things that I will be allowed to use are walls, obviously like the roofing, but things like scoundrels if I wanted, columns, no thank you. Maybe today, even just to make this difficult for myself, I mightn't even use the landscaping. So just say my favorite guys, like these ones. Maybe I won't use these today either. That could be pretty interesting. I mean, if you think about it, like I still have got this thing. We've got this bush. We've got this beautiful, what is this, cat's lover thing? That's adorable. But I could use like even these grass clumps. I mean, I'll try and make this work as best as I can, of course, but no base game as much as we obviously can. Hopefully I won't make any mistakes doing this. But anyway, I'm going to do the Sandra special today, but maybe a bit of a twist. Oh God, I hate that mailbox. Get out quickly. I kind of want to use some platforms today because also platforms, technically I know they were a base game update, but they were actually an update that came with, I believe, Snowy Escape it was. So maybe I could actually play around with like a couple of platforms today. And what I mean by that is actually I want to create like a little step up situation where the house actually kind of starts on a platform. So maybe if I could do something like this. Oh wait, I want another platform. And then I want all of this to be on a platform too. Yeah, that's kind of cute. This could be the house. Why can't I build on the platform though? I'm so confused. Wait, what? Will this not allow me to just like build on top of the platform? I guess if I do this, I'd have to raise the floor to match the height. That looks a bit silly though. I guess I could make the walls bigger. I guess maybe medium at least. But will the windows even fit on that? What windows am I even going to use? I guess like the big windows will still fit. Yeah, I guess it should be okay. It's just a bit of a weird concept, but I guess I'm gonna do it today. Something different like I wanted. So here we go. I have it. I might do like a small enough home, but we might do an upstairs today. So if I just run this kind of maybe like that, throw down a nice roof on top of this, call it a day. Yeah, that's something slightly different to what I normally build, I think. So maybe it's nice to do things that are different every once in a while, you know? Maybe. Not really sure though. Also, bear in mind, no base game whatsoever. So only packs. And again, I know this is going to be probably pretty easy because I was about to pick this one. I can't. Oh, close one. As I was about to say, this is obviously not going to be that difficult because we've got so many really nice options in packs. So I should really not be complaining like whatsoever about this. But I feel like I'm going to panic and I'm going to make a stupid mistake. Why can't I pick a pillar? Oh my God, do I even want a pillar there? Wait, what if I do something interesting today? Hold on. What if I close this off? Oh, excuse me. What are you doing? I want that to be a room. Hello? Why don't I know how to build? Please. There we go. Okay. That's a room. That would break your ankle if you accidentally fell in there. So go up as much as you can. Oh, my game is frozen? No. Oh, there we go. I thought it was frozen. Jesus. Okay, what if I do something like this? Like a very interesting piece. Like that comes out like that. Is that interesting? I really don't know if any of this is interesting anymore, actually, now that I think about it. But kind of like that idea, I think. I need to work on this house a little bit more to figure out whether any of this makes sense. But I am, just believe I am trying something different today. And am I going to have to go back to the idea of black windows? Or do we do brown and black? Because I kind of like the idea of brown. Can I go into colors? Dark brown windows, please. I guess we've got these. We've got these windows, but they're definitely not the right size. Maybe, or not the right color. Maybe I will just make everything black when it comes to the windows, so things just work a little bit better together. Maybe, hopefully. Okay, this is what I've created. So we've got the bricks from Witch's Pack, whatever that pack's called. This from the new pack. These actually, the platform is Get Together. So everything so far is working kind of nicely, and it's a pretty interesting build. I actually really like that house. I kind of wish that was my own house. Very nice and modern chic vibes. So yeah, I'm very interested in this idea of this build, but I just gotta make sure that I don't accidentally make a mistake somewhere, because you know me with my silly mistakes. So as I said, I'm working on the landscaping as well, being only pack related landscaping. So we've got like this cats and dogs tree, we've got the horse ranch pack tree as well. Yeah, the shrubs and the flowers are a little questionable. I'm not really a big fan of them, but I just realized that there's a couple of these that are obviously not base game as well, so they could save us a little bit. But I really need to start working on the windows, or maybe the layout. So maybe let's do the layout together while we're here. We obviously need there to be an upstairs as well, so we obviously need to pick out a stairs, but I need to figure out how to actually make this layout work, because this is a pretty big house, which is a good thing, don't get me wrong, but it is just a little bit big. What if I do the stairs almost kind of like in the middle? I'm almost thinking doing the snowy escape stairs, because I do really like them. We could kind of almost do them like that, right? Then I divide this wall up like so. We could have this be the kitchen, just say. We could do a small little downstairs bathroom like this, or else actually, to make it make sense a little bit more, I could almost do a bathroom like this, so we could put a window in it. That would be probably ideal. This could be our kitchen, right? Then we could do a dining room like this, and this be the sitting room. So wait, now I need to pick out archways. Bloody heck, the archways also can't be base game. Okay, archways. I know you guys always tell me that I could use scoundrels, so maybe today is a scoundrel day, because how am I supposed to do archways? I do not know. But then if I do scoundrel, is that gonna look stupid? Wait, now if I do two of these, it's so dark in this house. Okay, so I made my own little archways. I don't mind them. I guess they do work. They are quite nice, but the colors are not matching each other, like the scoundrels and the columns, and I don't know how to make this make sense. So I have to Get Together column and then like this support beam. Like, it's just not looking nice, and I don't really know how to make it look better. I really wish I could use this one, but that one doesn't match either, so I don't even know why I want that one. Or else maybe I could try this one. Okay, that one is also a different shade. Everything is just a little different from each other, and that's fine, you know? That is just totally fine, isn't that right? Yeah. I also wish we could really fix the lighting in this game, because like, yeah, fair enough, I've got one spotlight saucer over there, right? But then I know I've got three big windows, but the game cannot handle this. Like, for the life of it, it cannot handle the lightness, the brightness. And now I feel like, is that something to do with my graphics, or is that like in everyone's game? But like, because of these massive windows, my house is like, oh my god, we're struggling hard. Like, what am I supposed to do? That's so rude. Guys, this house is absolutely disgusting. Also, what is happening with the stairs? Why does the banister do that? And then also this. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know whether I can add a stupid banister to this. Maybe glass. But everything else is just looking horrendous. And I really don't understand why everything is so bad. Like, what is happening over here? Oh, no. Upstairs then, I had so many. Oh my god, that issue is back again. Why is there stupid lighting issues? I'm so confused. Like, what is that? Who are you? Is it because of the roof? Like, is there something? No, there's nothing happening with the roof. So this, oh my god, this should be normal. Is it something to do with like these? Is it? Oh god, what the heck? I have a feeling it's the scoundrels that are creating issues upstairs. But like, why? Like, what is your problem? Why do you feel the need to do this? You know? I'm not sure what the issue with the lighting is, but I actually can't figure it out. I thought I fixed it a while ago, because I just like had to put down a whole new room. Okay, that still doesn't make it better. Oh god. Okay, so it like wants me to create this as a room, which I think is just bizarre. I guess I could do that. Can I remove this wall then? Okay, I could, but now this isn't working for me, so that's great. This house, genuinely, it's like it does not want to be built, and like, fair enough. I don't really want to build it either at this point. Okay, that's a big house. I really don't know what the heck I was thinking, but we've got a master bedroom, office, child's room, upstairs bathroom, downstairs bathroom, kitchen, dining, sitting room. My God, I am wrecked after that, honestly, like wrecked. And I just don't like the idea. Maybe it's just this house, but I don't like the idea of doing the scoundrel thing. So maybe I'll actually genuinely just do a door into the sitting room, right? Which is just so bizarre. But maybe I'll actually do a scoundrel situation here. Maybe that might make more sense. Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? Like, so we've got access to the dining room kind of from the kitchen and the sitting room, but there is a door to the sitting room over there. So I'm not sure whether that makes any sense, but okay. My God. I found this really cool trick that you could do with this floor tile to make it look kind of like a cool herringbone. I think if you just keep going like this, you should be able to make like a very interesting pattern. Look at that. That's really cool. But now I'm thinking, am I gonna have to do that throughout the whole house because everything is kind of open plan? Oh, bloody heck. This is one of my favorite floor tiles, to be fair, but look how cool that looks. That is pretty interesting. I guess I could continue that in this room as well, but then the kitchen and the hallway could be different. I think that's a pretty cool design. Dare I say, that's unreal. Okay, I love that. But then maybe for this room, including the kitchen, we could almost just go for like these kind of tiles, because a lot of people just have like tiling as you come in through the front door. So I'm not too upset at that idea. So maybe we could try this. That's nice so far, yeah. I don't know how I'm like struggling so much. I think it's just the pressure is getting to me. Like literally the pressure of trying not to use base game. I rarely ever use base game, but there's a couple of things that I do really fall back on that I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe I cannot use those things, you know? And then it just kind of sets you off in the wrong direction. And then everything feels wrong, if you get me. So anyway, I'm just gonna do the bathrooms really quickly off camera. I absolutely hate this house. I do not know what it is, but I'm like struggling so hard. I think it's the stairs that are bugging me and the lighting on them is glitched and this wall here. And I hate the idea that all of the white pillars were all different colors of white for some bloody reason. Now the little scoundrel accents from here are gone because I somehow changed the color and now it just doesn't appear there anymore. That's just fantastic. Oh my gosh, I need to calm down. I really need to calm down. I think I'm going to start putting down some objects and it's so bright in that room. It's like, why are you being like, I'm gonna have to get rid of the light. It's still like so bright because of these stupid windows. My God, seriously, the game is like really trying to upset me today. So I'm going for a very simple design of this kitchen. I need this kitchen to feel right because everything in this house is feeling wrong. So I was like, let's just go for something you're comfortable with, okay? Because it should make me feel happier about this whole idea of this house. And I'm like hating this rug now for some reason. Like, what is going on? This house is sending me. Like, this house is sending me over the edge and I don't know what it is. I think it's when, you know, like I can do like budget restrictions. Like I can do whatever. But when it comes to restrictions, not being able to use certain objects, I think that's when I fail miserably. I think that's when Sandra's like, oh no, you actually can't do this, because I rely so heavily on my comfort items, which obviously you guys always tell me that it's good to not use them, which I fully agree, but I'm just a sucker for my favorite objects, and now I can't do this. Like, this is so hard. Okay, so this is what I've done for the kitchen. So I've kept it very simple, but so far I think I don't have any base game objects here. Obviously I'm trying my best, but it's just the whole aesthetic of the house is kind of driving me insane. I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. I think maybe I've got a little bit too ambitious with this one, and I really don't know what to do. So I'm gonna just do this really quickly. Okay, I'm just working on the bathroom. Wait, is that a base game mirror? Oh my God, it's a base game. I'm such an idiot. That's a base game mirror. I was like, I'm just trying to be a bit different now. I'm using a different mirror. Oh my God, you absolute idiot. Anyways, as I was saying, wow, this is becoming so easy because I just get to use packs and kits. If I didn't start speaking to you guys again, we would have forgotten about that stupid mirror. Anyways, I'm using the sleek bathroom kit to help me furnish this bathroom because I am struggling, to say the least. I don't know why this house is becoming such a pain, but honestly, it just is. There's just something weird about it. I'm not sure what it is. And now I'm placing down all those items up there apparently, and they're all in the color green. I mean, that's not a bad bathroom. I'm not gonna lie. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen. But yeah, dare I say, I am struggling, to say the least. Anyways, that is your downstairs bathroom. This is what I've done as you come in. Whoa, my God. Tissues, base game. Someone has to come in here and actually like whack me across the head. What am I doing? I just feel like today is not my day, guys. Like, why do I want something desperately to be on the other side? Like, what am I looking for? I wish I could create my own clutter pack, you know? I just wish I could. But anyway, that's what we've got going on over here. We've got some like chairs and a lovely plant in this little foyer area. Which, I mean, no, that is very cute. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing wrong with that area. But like, I feel like I've already used something base game and I won't be able to tell. Obviously saucers, don't worry about them, but still I feel like there's something that I'm using that is base game. Anyways, I'm gonna work on the sitting room for a little bit. Brown apparently is the feeling that I'm feeling here. Do I feel a concrete wall coming? Yes, I do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna pretend that that whole section is actually concrete and the inside here is actually followed by the kitchen. So that's like a concrete wall, I think. Is that what I want? I'm not sure. Do I want more stone back there? Maybe that's going to make me feel better. I feel like I'm just really losing my touch of reality with this build for some reason. Okay, I kind of want to use like this couch. This seems like a very cozy kind of vibey couch to use. We could maybe go for like a dark brown or maybe something like this with the little tiny bit of like a blue accent. Maybe that could work. Or maybe I could go for like a black. Oh God. I love how like I start speaking and then I just lose the confidence in my choices. Me picking out stupid items just makes me lose all my confidence. What color is this? What is supposed to match? Which one is it? It's this one apparently, the one with the blue. Which is who? Oh my God. Is there no matching shade or am I just blind? I could be blind. I need to go outside, I'd say. Is there no matching color? Hello? Did they really make this couch? Oh my God. It's a different pack. I thought these were supposed to work together. Oh my God. I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, that's what I did for the sitting room. I don't know if I like it. It's so brown. I mean, I do love it. Don't get me wrong. The items I'm picking out, I'm really liking. And the addition of some light wood there maybe kind of works quite nicely. There's some green pops, but I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm struggling with this build. And I think everything is not base game, I think. Lord really knows though. Like, you guys are gonna have to come in here and help me. Like, I feel like you guys are the last people I need to ask before I go any further to check my builds, because I don't know what I'm doing today. Anyways, okay, we're gonna continue the brown saga and we're going to do the dining table. Or maybe what if we actually introduce a pop of color? Oh my God, how exciting would that be? Or maybe not. Let's just do a round table. Although wait, now there's a nice like greeny swatch of this. Why don't I go for green? And I could go for like maybe not these chairs, but I could go for these chairs. No, these no. These green chairs. Oh, what about that? What do we think? It's green, it's different. It's something slightly more like a feature of this house, because at the moment this house has no features. This house is struggling. So maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need like a fun little wall like that. Well, actually, maybe above this, we actually need, well, actually below this, we need a little surface. So maybe we should add like one of these things. Okay, that is actually, no, that can't be added because that is an addition to base game. I could add like this thing. That would look quite pretty here. I'm so scared. Like, I'm going to pick out something that is 100% not going to be base game. Lemons. Lemons are not base game. They came with the outdoor whatever pack. Okay, we could do like lemons there. That's very fancy and very modern. I'd like to think anyways. Those lemons are like screaming fashion, to say the least. I don't understand how this item, like I really like this thing, right? But it doesn't clip on anything besides like the center of a table. Is it supposed to be only for tables? Because I think I'm going to scale it up today and change the color to a green and add it as an accent in the corner. Is that the way that you should use this item, or is that like not the way you should use this item? Because I don't understand why it doesn't clip anywhere else. So it's a little bit rude in my eyes because I really love that item and I want to use it as much as possible. Okay, I think something like this then maybe in this corner would be pretty. Let's just chuck Bob into the middle of this as well. Throw him in there into the middle of the whole mess, you know. At this point, we'll take him. Maybe I could do like a tall standing lamp in this corner. Like maybe something, oh, not like that. Not something like that. But like maybe something, kind of like the idea of, okay, that's base game. What is actually wrong with me? It's like the day that I need to not be using base game, I'm like, what if I just like go out of my comfort zone and use something different? Like, Sandra, just finish this bloody build. And then next week you can do something different. Oh my God, like calm down. What about this lamp? It's a bit of an interesting piece in the corner. I don't really know. Maybe I'll actually concrete all of this like that as well. I feel like we need a rug of some sort. And by of some sort, I probably mean like this wicker circular one. Probably makes the most sense. But then I also feel like we need like a little floor welcome mat. I could make it green so that it matches the aesthetic, because obviously like that's where you would swipe the door, so that's naturally where you would step, so that's where you wipe your little feet, so maybe that makes sense. Maybe I could also put some shoes in the corner. That's, oh, look at that. Realism. Yeah, there we go. I also feel like we might need like a little mirror. I don't know why I'm like really splurging on this hallway now, but it's not a hallway. On this room. Oh yeah, there we go. This looks perfect actually. There we go. That is what I'm talking about, guys. That is how you make a really interesting little dining room. Okay, now I just need a nice little light. What about this in like a black? Nah, maybe the gold is actually probably fine. There we go. So then I'll just shove you in there so that, okay, excuse me. I'll shove you inside there so no one can see you. Excuse me. There we go. That's a really nice dining room, and it kind of makes me like the aesthetic of the house a little bit. So I think I saved it somehow. I think the reason why I'm feeling a little bit upset is how this area looks a little clunky. I think it's because I can see the top of this wall cut in half and there's like a blue hue on it, if you understand what I mean. Maybe that's throwing me off a little bit, and also the fact that I can't put archways down. I think that's also upsetting me, but maybe I'm getting there. Maybe I'm working on something and maybe things are looking up. So let's move upstairs on that note. Okay, so I just really quickly furnished the upstairs bathroom. Oh my god, that's a base game. This thing is base game. Somebody stop me. It's like every time I'm doing something, I'm like, yeah, I got this. And then I start talking and I'm like, you idiot. Like, honestly, what am I doing? There's something so terribly wrong with me today, I think. I need someone to sit down with me and tell me that everything's all right. Okay, so that is your upstairs bathroom. So we've got a hallway going on. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just continue the concrete idea that we have downstairs. Okay, but maybe I'll just imply a little bit of like this stuff. That could be a fun little touch to this room. I mean, just to make it... What is up with the lighting? Is it the windows, I wonder? No. It's something. Something in this house is not right, and I actually don't know what it is. And now I'm realizing the outside isn't painted because I had to redo the upstairs like 1,700 times. I don't know what is going on with this house today, but I'm struggling, and now that looks hideous because the window is in the middle of something else. Oh my god, okay, I'm gonna just forget about it. Okay, the downstairs is nice. Now that I went downstairs just to have a quick look, nice. Okay, I like it. Let's continue that upstairs, right? So I'm thinking this is gonna be the master bedroom, so why don't we just work on that a little bit? Weirdly enough, I kind of want to make this feel homely and cozy. How does one do this without using... Because I was actually... Like, this is so stupid, right? Because I really wanted to do this challenge because I thought it'd be like a really easy challenge, and then we can be like, okay, well, next time make it hard and don't use base game. I was about to pick out this stupid thing. Like, I genuinely was about to pick that up. That is base game. Like, what is wrong with me? Okay, there is this parenthood one, so maybe I could incorporate this in here. Yeah, maybe I could incorporate that. That would actually make things look nice and still how I want it. I think I'm going to put the bed on this wall because that wall has no windows on it, so that would make sense. Now, also, so I don't get confused, let's pick out a bed that's not base game because I can just see myself picking out a base game bed. This one always really reminds me of like a cozy, homely feel, so maybe let's go for this one. Let's use these as bedside lockers. Haven't done that in a while. Oh, I was going to use my bedside locker clock thing. Technically, I think that's base game because it was an addition to the game. That's so annoying, but I still can use this thing. Yeah, there we go. It's still looking cute. I'm gonna go for some kind of like darker wooded little frames. Maybe I might actually like conjoin them together so that it looks like one little piece. You know, maybe it says like a really cute quote about interior design and getting confused with it. Love the fact that I can use my favorite curtains, so that's not even like an issue for me. I am gonna use them quite dramatically here actually. I'm going to take up quite a lot of the wall with the curtains because I really do find that those curtains really make a space feel quite homely. And, you know, kind of makes you feel very cozy and sleepy. So that's sleepy. Why does it make you feel sleepy? God knows. I'm going to also do another thing like that here with my little half moon. But that's not a half moon. Like a rounded mirror thing. I'm going to use this even though I already used that downstairs. But I really do love that. We've used Bob 1700. Okay, that's base game. I was like, I'm going to use a base game one. Somebody's got to come and stop me. Maybe this thing. Yeah, that's quite nice. That could look okay. I am like desperately clinging on to these growing together lights because I'm like scared of using any other lights. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe a cute little chair in this corner. Actually, yeah, that's what it's calling out. It's calling out for a chair. Maybe like this cozy little seat. And then we could pretend that we've got this poof like in front of it so you can extend your legs out. That's my favorite thing. That's what I have in my sitting room. So when we sit down, I like for dinner, I have my like little seat and I have my little like poof like that and I put my feet on it and I think it's pretty cute. So everyone should try a little poof idea. They're honestly amazing. I'll put down an ottoman here though as well. I think that probably would make sense. So that's pretty cute. I feel like I need some activities or something in this room. I feel like there's nothing kind of happening. So maybe I could put down a guitar. Maybe before bed, we just strum some strings. Yeah, look at that guitar in that corner. And obviously like a nice massive rug now to fill the space up with love and positivity. That's a base game guitar, you absolute idiot. Oh my God. Okay, it's fine. I've got this one. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine. Everything is fine. I kind of like the idea of this rug. I know it's black, but maybe that could be an interesting little part of this room just to kind of bring in a little bit of darkness. I think that's pretty interesting. And then maybe actually on that wall over here, we could go for this in like a dark brown color. Yeah, maybe something like that just to make it slightly a little bit different. I think a room like that is still very commonly seen throughout my builds. Like, I'm not going to say that this is something totally different, but I kind of like the way it looks. Maybe with this light as well. I think that's really pretty. And yeah, that's your master bedroom. I really like it. I think there's something quite endearing about it. Very cozy, very sleepy, very nice. I think I might make the kids' bedroom in this room because I feel like this room is just a very awkward shape. So I'll make an office out of that. So let's make this into maybe like a fun little kids' room. By fun little kids' room, I mean, maybe let's add some orange. Nice little orangey vibes. Whoa, this child will not be sleeping because things are orange. Okay, nice little bed. Maybe this one. Actually, that already seems pretty cute, even though that wood is kind of making me feel like it's a little bit of like an old-ish bedside table. But maybe if we mix it together with a couple of pretty interesting items, I think maybe this will work quite pretty. Why don't I use this little plant here? Fun little bedside pet. What even is that? Is that a dog? I really don't know what that is. I'm struggling. I really like the new painting that came with the kitchen clutter kit, wherever it is, lost in a maze of all these decals. Oh yeah, this thing. This is really cute. I'm finding it very difficult to use these though, because not to say that they're very childish, but they're very food themed. So it is a little bit difficult for me to find a concept to make that work, but maybe in a kid's room, it is just totally fine. Okay, is this space game? No. Okay, thank God. Jesus. I'm like forgetting myself. Is there something wrong with me? I think I actually need to go outside today. Fun fact, I haven't been outside yet today, so yeah, it makes sense. I'm gonna put like some plushies into the corner. That is 100% something child Sandra would have had, like an array of plushies. I loved plushie. Like I loved like little bears and things. Like I loved things like that. So I see this being my room, you know, like an array. Because I used to actually be quite scared of like, not like sleeping by myself, but like being alone in a bed. Like I used to be very scared to be alone in a room when I was a kid. I always thought that there was like a demon at the end of my bed. You know, like I think that's a common enough thing. Well, maybe the demon part isn't a common thing, but I just felt like, you know, I was just a little bit worried as a child that some demons will come and catch me. So I like the idea of like having loads of teddy bears around me because I feel like I used to be able to talk to them. Okay, I feel like I'm telling you a lot of like TMI that you guys will not need to know. Anyways, I feel like this is almost like a kid's room, but the kid is growing up. I still have plushies in my room, actually. Do you know what? I'm going to expose myself. I have a couple of like nice ones. Like I bought a few in Japan and stuff. So I feel like, you know, it makes sense. It's okay if you have plushies in your room is all I'm trying to tell you. I hope you guys take this in the right way. Actually, a really fun fact you guys have told me the other day is when you have a kid in The Sims, if you know the way they're scared of like monsters under the bed, if you just give them a bunk bed, they will not be scared of monsters anymore. And I did not know that was a thing. And when I actually put it to the test, obviously, because I really needed to figure out whether that would work. It does work. I can guarantee you it really does work. It's probably the best thing I've ever done. So I feel like in this case, I should have also done that since I'm talking about monsters under the bed, but you know what, whatever. I think this is okay. I actually really like this orangey little room, and now I'm thinking about it. Oh my God, which one of you is base game? It's you, isn't it? It's a base game toy. It's a base game toy, and you are as well, aren't you? No, you're not. You're from a different pack. Oh my God. It's like I get distracted. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just like not with it today, which is okay. You know, every once in a while we're all like slightly not with it. So I guess that's fine. Everything is fine. Are you base game? Of course you are. You are, of course. Okay, so I'd like to think that everything here now is not base game anymore. I would like to hopefully think that. It's just going to be so funny when you guys actually get to this video and you're watching it. You're going to be like, Sandra, that's base game. And I'll be like, okay. Oh, Lord above. This is just so funny. Like, I love it. It's so funny in a way because it just shows you how, like, you really rely on objects that you may not think are that important, like base game objects. Like I would say screw base game, but no, I love base game. Now I'm realizing how much I rely on base game. Anyways, this is going to be the office space, so let's work on that a little bit. And actually the idea that I had for this space, why is this room so dark then? 2 saucers, cannot see a thing. But downstairs though, do you remember how bright that room was with the saucers? I don't understand this game. It is so confusing. Whatever. Anyways, for the office, I kind of would like to think that maybe we combined the office into like a shared space with our kid. I actually kind of like this wallpaper, so maybe I'll use that today. I don't know, it's a little bit of fun. So because the kid has nowhere really to do homework, because it really prioritized the companionship of all the teddy bears stuffed into the corner. So maybe I'd like to think that we could do like a fun little study area for the kid in this room as well, so that we're kind of like, you know, spending time with the kid. Maybe you're working on something and, you know, the kid kind of wants to hang out with you. I'm not sure really why the child would want to hang out with you while you're working. Maybe you just do a job that's kind of like, not to say boring, but like you are okay with company. So maybe the child actually can sit near you and maybe do their homework while you're working. I think that's a really fun concept. You know, I totally understand also that some people when they're working need their space, or just in general, you might want, you know, some space. So I totally understand that. But maybe this family just likes to hang out with their child all the time, apparently. So the child gets to share the space. Okay, that's a base game item. This one isn't. There we go. Nice. So this is where your kid can do their homework. And then on the other side, we'll just have like a regular desk as well where you do your homework. You know, it's nice, I think. It just makes you think that like just because the norms are to be alone in a room doing your work does not mean it's the case. Like I know I don't have a chair here, but I don't really like to be alone all the time editing. I understand that sometimes you really get into like your zone and like you don't want to be bothered, and that is totally fair. Sometimes I know myself, I do still like the company, and maybe this is exactly what's happening in this room too. I actually really like this lamp that I found from the college pack, whatever this one's called. Discover University, no, high school years pack. I really like that lamp. I don't think it actually works on this desk. This desk actually, do you know what? I'm going to start again because this desk actually kind of reminds me of like my old desk when I was a kid. That was in like the 2000s. We did not like that. That's not a good idea. I'm really loving the idea of like a rustic desk mixed with kind of like a hipster chair. I really understand. I don't understand what I'm actually trying to say to myself, but I kind of like that idea. So maybe I'm going to try something like this instead. I like the idea of this computer because that's also not a base game computer. That's with City Living apparently, but I like that idea. It kind of reminds me of like a MacBook. Anyways, as I was saying, this is the lamp that I've been enjoying recently. I might like scale it down a little bit, but it's a pretty cool lamp. And the fact that it's gold, it kind of has like a cool vibe about it. I'm going to search some books and hopefully be able to get something that's not base game. Oh, wait now. Maybe I could do like a fun little thing out of these books here above the table. What do we think of something like that? That is pretty interesting. I kind of like that. And then obviously a nice little plant on the other side. Okay, what other plant have I not used that is not base game? Because I'm going to crack up today. I'm just going to use another base game item and I'm going to go away. Okay, that is actually quite nice. It's slightly different to what I'm used to, which I think is pretty interesting. Maybe we also need like some books here. I wish we had more of like these things, like this kind of small sized items that were nice for like books and stuff. I never use this also, which is bizarre because that is such a beautiful object. I always forget that it exists. So maybe today that will remind me to use that next time, which is bizarre because I feel like that is such an object, like such a Sandra object that she would overuse like 100 times, but she hasn't. So very weird. Maybe let's use this. And I just feel like I need something like tall in this corner. Okay, maybe just like a tall lamp. But like I really thought that it wasn't a lamp that I wanted. Maybe this thing. Yeah. Is that nice? I don't know, maybe. Because maybe we could like move that lamp around the place. So maybe that makes sense. I actually really like this painting. I've only recently found it. What was I doing? Not sure, but I found this painting the other day and I actually really love it. Oh, it's from City Living. Wait, maybe I'm thinking about a different. Oh, I'm also thinking about this one. Yeah, these two are giving me like the same vibe. What if I do like a fun little collage of the two of them? Oh, but I need a black frame. The black frames are 2 different black colors. Fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic. But maybe that's like a fun little like collage that we decided to put up here. Maybe like that's one of the paintings that like you and your kid painted together. Like, I don't know. You and your kid are working in this room and oh, this black lamp. I don't know, guys, what's going on in this room, but kind of like it. something kind of cute about this room. Oh, maybe this thing. Yes. Okay, this room is really pretty. I'm very scared that there's something that's base game, but I don't think so. Like, that's growing together. That was city living. Okay, we've got a saucer, so I'm going to put a nice light over that as well. Obviously, we're all on the same page about saucers. Saucers stay regardless because saucers, we just need them to live. Okay, maybe I'll use this dystopian. I was going to say it's dystopian world pack. No. Drawing together. No. Architect. Interior design pack. I don't know. That pack. That is a really nice light. Why is there two saucers? What am I looking at? I don't know. Anyways, but I think I kind of like that idea that like your kid has their own like little workspace. I love that. There's something very cute about this. Maybe over here with a stupid light glitch, I could actually do like another little fun book nook. So like maybe just say mom and dad, or no, mom over there writes her book with kid. Dad over here sits down and reads some books. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe I could use this thing. Oh, funky. I really don't like when you're putting down a bookcase and it like clips into the wall instantaneously. I'd like to see that book over there, you know, like I don't want that clipping into the wall so much. So maybe I'll do something like this, and maybe we could use like this lamp here. That's nice, I think. Oh, this floor mat. Yes, from that book. Okay. Floor mat from that book kit. That's fantastic. And of course, I mean, if we didn't have a plant here, we'd be screwed potentially. So that is quite nice. Maybe actually, oh no, these are not base game. I mean, these are base game. Ooh, okay. Maybe I'll just use the same curtain here again because I just cannot live without that curtain. I could just move things around so that they're not clipping too much through each other. I know some of you guys are like really upset when I do things and things slightly clip, which 90% of the time I'd like to think that I don't let a lot of things clip. But I mean, if it's like the tiniest little bit of the plant, I'm just gonna forget about it because in real life, the plant would just bend its leaves. It'd be fine. But that's a nice little like reading nook. Nice little like area for whoever, like one of the other parents to sit down and read. Maybe like another little green poster here. I want another thing on this wall, preferably something long. Maybe this thing. Yeah, that's cool. We love our art as well. I think that makes a lot of sense. And I guess what I'll do is I'll actually put a saucer into that corner just to brighten it up. But here maybe I actually will put like a nice little light, something interesting. Maybe this thing. I like these. Yeah, that's really nice, guys. I like this. Okay, so we've got the master bedroom, we've got a kid's room, we've got a nice little study, we've got another little reading nook. I like to make sure that your Sims have stuff to do. And I think looking at the upstairs, there really is a lot to do here. We've obviously got a computer, we've got a guitar, we've got loads of toys, we've got a reading area, we've got 2 bathrooms. So the upstairs is a lot brighter than the downstairs. Downstairs, oh my god, like we must be an interior designer of some sort and we love our brown. It's a bit too brown in my eyes, to be honest with you. So maybe actually I'll make this a little bit brighter. I wonder, could I actually make this couch a little brighter too? Now, what about this green? Okay, I think I just made this slightly better with the green. So the green and the brown being colors that work together. Also, I really don't like that TV. It reminds me of the Sims 2 TV. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Sims 2, but for some reason this TV just reminds me of Sims 2 and it's like giving me old vibes. But this now I think looks a little bit better. We've got my lemons. We've got Bob 1700 times. We've got this. I'd like to think that everything here is not base game. Okay, these shoes aren't base game. Wait, now, this mirror. That mirror is base game. I had an inkling I did something. How many of you guys are screaming? Don't blame me. I'm screaming. I am actually screaming at myself at this point. Genuinely, how many times have I picked up something that is not base game today? Oh my god. Something wrong with me. Like, there has to be. There has to be something wrong with me. Okay, let's maybe go outside. Now that we're semi-happy with this space, let's go outside and continue this chaos. Honestly, chaos on your screen. And let's do a nice little outdoor hangout spot. Okay, we want some activities. We've got a kid here. I'm instantly thinking swings. Swing set right over here. There's no ifs or buts about it. Let's pick out maybe, actually this one with growing together probably is a nice little touch. Nice few like little stickers on it, you know, pretty interesting. Yeah, this little garden pot is not base, or sorry, it is base game, so I can't use it. And now I'm like, what do I use? If not that, because I can't use that one either. So I guess I could use this planter pot, which is fine. not my biggest top contender to use, but I guess that's fine. We could add like some random flowers around the tree and stuff. There's also like this thing that's quite pretty. But yeah, a lot of these are definitely base game, so it is a little difficult. Also with the stones, I hope you've noticed, I have been using these snowy escape stones, which they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but you just have to change the color of them to get rid of like the sand around them, because I think originally they're meant to be used in like a Zen garden. But as long as you remove the sand from around them, you actually still get just like regular stones, which makes a lot of sense, I guess. Okay, I'll just use a couple of these shrubs around the place. That should be okay. Yeah, that's nice. So we've got swings at least, okay? Then we obviously need a nice barbecue, which I am just going to use this one. So that's not really too much of a struggle for me. We need an outdoor bin, which I am going to use the new one. So that's also fun. Maybe I'll actually throw that. Where should I put that bin? Maybe I'll actually put it here at a slight angle. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird location for a bin, but don't worry about it too much. I like these as my little loungers, so maybe I'll put 2 loungers like that. I know it's a bit of an awkward space, but wait, where does the sun shine? Oh, just right above us. Okay, never mind. Okay, oh my god, never mind. I think for the outdoor dining table, I might actually use this one. Obviously, this is the Businesses and Hobbies. And I like pairing it with like these chairs for outside. So these are from Eco Lifestyle. And there's something really interesting about them. They really do remind me of like garden chairs. I don't know. I know that I'm going to just totally defeat the purpose of this being a table, because I am going to put my apples up above there. But I just think there's something adorable about those apples, and I cannot live without them. So I'm going to have to put them in this build. I'm going to throw this bin in here as well. So we've got a nice little hangout spot. We've got somewhere to grill. We've got somewhere to sunbathe. We've got somewhere to garden. I guess maybe a couple more things for the kid to do. It's a bit boring for the poor child. So maybe we could do water balloon bucket. That's fun. We could throw that over here. Got a little water balloon bucket. Oh yeah, a little bicycle. That's fun. Wait, now where can we put the bike? Maybe the bike could go like over here in the bushes, because we kind of forgot about it. And then, you know, we just forgot about it. And then our dad or whoever put it over there, just like away from everything. So that makes sense. Do we want bees? No, I don't think we do personally. Is there anything else that we want? Wait, now, these are not base game, are they? No, they're not. Okay, they're not. How did I forget already? Instantly. My God. I can imagine how frustrating it is when you're watching me build sometimes, and I'm like really out of it. Like for some reason, I'm like so out of it here. I don't know what it is. I have been recording a lot of videos recently. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that like I'm burning out or anything, because I don't think I am personally. But sometimes when you record a couple of videos in a row in one day, it can get a little bit much. So maybe that's what's happening to me. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm looking through all these objects and I'm really not finding anything else. And now I realized I didn't underline any of my trees, because I usually like to underline them with this like muddy mud, you know, but that's not base game. I guess I could use this. This is like more so dried horse wallow, whatever that is. But maybe still that does make a little bit more sense, because like even here, like underneath where you're like swinging, I always like to do these 2 lines, which make a lot of sense. And just around here, you know, where the natural like greenery grows, but like that looks a bit dry. But I guess it's just the way it is today. I mean, I don't really like to leave the build without underlining it with something, because it does look like it's just been plonked there yesterday, which is my least favorite thing. So I did underline it with a couple of little touches of that. Like maybe that ruins it, but I don't really care. I feel like it just makes it better in my head. So I think that's always a necessity. Oh my God, I cannot speak anymore. Okay guys, well I think that now concludes the whole entirety of the build. I mean, this is a pretty ambitious build to begin with, and for some reason I think it's actually so weird that I'm gonna say this, but we require base game and I require it. It just makes me feel sad not using it. It almost makes me feel like the reason why I don't use CC is because it breaks the illusion of like the Sims aesthetic for me. And maybe that's why every once in a while when you throw in a little bit of base game, it kind of brings back that like animated Sims 4 vibe. And that's what I love to see personally. You know, I used to be all about CC and now I really don't ever use it. I know a lot of you guys love it and I do love it as well. There's some amazing creators out there, but I think that I like to have a nice balance between pack content and base game to really just like bring me back down to earth and make me realize what game I'm playing. So sometimes like when I'm looking at this build, just say, because it's all just packs and no base game to kind of balance everything out, I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh my god, there's no base game. This feels too dramatic for me. But I mean, I love the way this turned out. I was definitely a little bit confused at the start, but I even like the little hexagonal little things that I used, this backsplash, even though I think maybe in the black color it almost looks the best, but you can kind of see it doesn't join up very nicely, so I'm not really sure about that. But there is something very interesting about that kitchen. I went for a very simple design because I was panicking. At the very start of the video, I really wanted to bulldoze the whole house and start again, but I think we managed to turn something nice into this, which I'm pretty proud of. So, okay, I guess the last thing we gotta do is do a little tour, ladies and actually, no, wait a second. I never done the outside of the house. Wait, hold on one second. Okay, I never painted the ceiling. Sorry, the roof. That's very rude. I'm gonna do this. Never did any like solar panels. Oh, wait a second. I can't do that because that's not base game. That's not base game. This is almost like the using the 12th object every time I do a milestone. I forget and I panic, and I don't know what it is about me today. I'm very interested to see you guys point out how many things I've used that are not base game. I'm gonna add a couple of objects, like just say this thing from that, no, not industrial pack, just like plant pack. I think that one's pretty cool. Also, I think there is one from, yeah, Get Together, this one. One of my favorites currently. Honestly, I don't know what it is about this potted plant. I think it just has like a really nice vibe. I'm gonna borrow the same light. I think that is a growing together light. Yes. We're gonna put that over there. Now, I usually like to have my mailbox on the door, on the wall, but oh my god, drum roll. Am I gonna do a regular mailbox today? Am I gonna do it? I guess I could use this one. This one is not the worst, but that is like totally against everything I ever say. Unless I make my own mailbox. Hold on a sec. No, I don't think that would work. Like I was gonna do like a wall and you put the mailbox on it, but I guess it won't really be functional whatsoever. So maybe, no, I like that there. Unless I put the mailbox like inside that room. I guess I could. Surely the postman will know to come in here. Maybe if I actually move that little seat out here so you could be sitting out the front watching the world go by. And I'll actually put the mailbox like inside this room. You know, just to make sure that your letters are protected from the rain, of course. That is exactly why I'm putting that in there. But I'd like to think that this is still like a porch. Like I have a porch kind of thing like that, like a glass entrance. So every time the postman has to get to me, they actually have to open the slidey door. So I guess this is the same kind of concept, but we just leave the slidey door open 90% of the time so all the spiders can come in, you know, and live their life. Okay, what was I just saying that I needed to add? Oh yes, upstairs. I want to add my solar panels because obviously they are not base game, so we could add those. If we're adding things that aren't base game, we might as well go all out at this point. I'm going to add 2 of those, which I think they look pretty. And maybe just like a tiny little chimney, even though we don't have a fireplace. I think a cutesy little chimney somewhere. Maybe like here at the front. No, that looks stupid, Sandra. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, I think I'm happy with everything. I don't think I need to add anything else. Oh, wait now. I could add little planter pots. Oh, yes. Okay, that's a base game one, Sandra. You absolute idiot. That is... Oh, no, wait. I can't add planter pots because they're all base game unless I add these. This comes with Get to Work. Yeah, weirdly enough, it actually kind of suits this aesthetic. So maybe I could add 2 of these. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, guys. Are you still watching? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm watching. Oh, I never added my gutters. Guys, I'm like really failing this poor house. This poor house deserves all the love. And all I want to do is close my game down after doing this whole build. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still think it's a pretty interesting build, but I think I'm just over it. Like, I think it just, at the very beginning, there was a lot of glitches that occurred with certain aspects of the build. And I think that's what made me just get very upset at the build. But I mean, I do like the way it turned out. Don't get me wrong. It's just the back is a little bit questionable. I would still be delighted. Don't get me wrong. If someone handed me this house, I would still be delighted. So I guess that's fine. I cannot complain too much about this. Oh, wait now. Maybe I could use this thing. Yeah, there we go. That's cute. Oh, that's actually lovely. Okay. There we go. I think I'm done. Right, guys, I'm going to do a tour. Well, guys, welcome on into my no base game home, which this challenge actually turned out to be one of the most difficult challenges I've ever done. And I thought this would be so easy peasy lemon squeezy. I can guarantee you there's at least 3 objects that are base game in this house. I'm not going to lie, like they are. I mean, I have my platforms not base game. I have the flooring. I have the landscaping. Obviously, the windows are not base game. I mean, I don't know what else I've missed out on, but I can guarantee you there is stuff. So I'm interested to see you guys is being able to spot that. Even the mailbox is in base game. But anyways, let's head on over in through this door. And you know what? It actually turned out okay. I'm not gonna lie, even though I really want that to be an archway, I'm still kind of okay with that. We've got a cute little seating area there. We've got a nice little bathroom. Obviously, the sleek bathroom kit really helped me a lot with my bathrooms, of course. And we've got a nice little kitchen. You see, there's some lighting glitches happening. I want to burn this house. I honestly want to burn it down. Anyways, I do really like the kitchen. Again, totally my style. I would love that to be my kitchen. That earthy kind of, not earthy wood, but like that light wood with the black and the gold accents, 10 out of 10. So that, I guess that is quite pretty. I can't really, you know, complain too much. And over here, we've got just brown and green to say the least. We've got a nice little dining area with, we've got my lemons. We've got, I'm like scanning. I'm like trying to explain to you what I'm seeing, but I'm also scanning to make sure that there's no base game stuff. Then we've got a nice little sitting room. It's actually really vibey. And the fact that I used this like case, never used that. Is that base game? Oh my God, if that's base game, I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna start crying. It's base game. I can't with myself. What? Why? Okay. I really wanted to do this challenge and I was like, this is going to be the best challenge to make me not use base game. And I'm going to show you how much I don't like base game. I'm using base game all day long using base game. Oh my God, there's something wrong with me. Like, you guys have the right to unsubscribe. That was pathetic. Anyways, my God. Right, thankfully there was a growing together or whatever version of that. So now we've got that going on here for us. Right. Anyways, it's a nice sitting room, but I need to leave. Let's go upstairs and figure out if I messed up anything upstairs. As you come in, you actually have got a beautiful little seating area. I mean, that's so vibey and so cute. Just like, you know, to get away. Maybe there's a party downstairs and you just wanted to get away for a while. You sit down here. Beautiful. So nice. Let's check out the bathroom really quickly. So this is our bathroom. Very nice, to be fair. Very nice, airy, spacious bathroom. I mean, imagine like sitting in the bath, looking out at the pancakes house. Is that the pancakes house? Or where do the pancakes live? Oh no, they live over there. You could spine the pancakes from here. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So that is our bathroom. Then we've got the kids' room, which, I mean, I love the kids' room. I think there's something so wholesome and lovely about it. Love the oranges with the pinks. I really want to do that clashing colors build. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I think like pinks and oranges and reds kind of clashing together, I think that'll be a really fun room to do. So yeah, anyways, this is the kids' room. Scanning. I'm not sure whether there's base game stuff, but I'm going to leave really quickly. Then we've got the master bedroom, which now that I think about it, like there has to be something base game here. Is there not? I don't think so. I'm not sure, but this is, oh wait, that light is base game. That light is base game. I know it is. It's base game. I'm actually going to crack up. What the heck am I doing? Right, we're going to use this one instead in a lovely brown shade. Lord above. Have I used that anywhere else in the house? Because if I have, you've got the right to unsubscribe. No, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, let's continue. Right, I fixed it. This is what it looks like now. This is what we've got going on. I think that's okay. I'm gonna quickly skedaddle out of that room and let's check out the office space, which I really love the office. I think those colors kind of worked out really nicely together. I love those little sparkle patterns. I actually have a sparkle tattoo that I have here on my arm, on my wrist. I got that done in Japan and I love little sparkles like that. So I like that wallpaper purely for those sparkles too. But yeah, there's something really nice going on about, you know, this vibe, this aesthetic. Don't really know what aesthetic this is, but I love the idea that the child has its own cute little desk area. I mean, that doesn't have to be specifically a child's desk. I did put a toy there to kind of, you know, show you that it could be a child's desk. It could be anyone's desk. But I just kind of thought that it would be very important for the kid to have somewhere nice to do their homework or maybe their arts and crafts or whatever the heck they want to do on that table, they can. But I think this room turned out pretty cute. And yeah, the doors are not base game. They are from, wait now, let me just triple check. Yeah, they're from the, what is that called? I really don't know my packs, do I? High School Years pack. So yeah, that makes sense. Oh my God, this is base game. This is base game. I think I might go. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think I might just go. Right, guys. I mean, absolutely, this is definitely a fail of a challenge for me. I've done so many mistakes and there's absolutely a couple still left, 100% that I've forgotten about. So you guys have every right to scream at me in the comments in this video because I need to be told, I need to be put in my place. I've tried my very best, and you know what? I'm gonna have to try a base game only house like this where we do a big like family home but base game. So similar to this, right? Like a 2-bedroom, office, 2-bathroom, a la-di-da-di-da. But I'm gonna do base game and I betcha I'll do a better job than this. Like I have no idea how I managed to fail at this so miserably, but I did, and I'm really unhappy about it. I was fully convinced that my crutch items were all belonging to packs and all belonging to something that's not base game, but no, I was terribly wrong. I really do rely a lot on base game, and this is bizarre to me to be in this situation, to be stuck because base game isn't allowed to be used. So let me know if you've got any ideas that maybe sparked after watching this video. Let me know how many base game items I have used in this build. That would be a really fun little challenge for you guys. Don't forget to check out some of my previous videos that I have linked for you down in the comments. No, not in the comments, in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, and do not forget that if you want to purchase any packs, you can now use my creator code SandraPickup when you pop it into the promo code section at checkout. So that will always help me as a creator, because I do get a small little chunk of that amount going directly to me, to my channel, to supporting this chaos, this nonsense, this mayhem. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!